It's Lock West in the morning with Ron C. P when your legs cooking, they stirring the pot. We talking that fly shit, got it popping like hot grease. The other stations is cool, but trust they not these.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Spin Room. Another great edition we hitting you guys off with. I got my folks in the building hanging out with me today.
Man.
All right, man, Big Les, we got a lot of stuff that's going on in the world today, and I know this entertainment report, you got to spill a whole lot of tea right about now.
Straight off your timeline, here's Big Laz with your entertainment news on the Spin Room.
Yeah, there's a whole lot that's really going on. And first, I'm going to start off with some really sad news. And as we say, that death does come in threes. First, we're going to start with Little Richard, who died of bone cancer at the age of 87. As you know, he was finally inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He is a rock and roll legend and one of the godfathers of rock and roll. So our condolences to his family, his friends, and the fans. Secondly, our condolences again go to Roy of Siegfried and Roy. We all know that he got mauled from his tiger during the Vegas show many years ago. And, the show got canceled. They had been on live stage, or at least touring for at least 30, 40, almost 50 years for a very, very long time. So our condolences go out to him. A personal friend of mine, some of you probably have worked with him before, Andre Harrell. Andre Harrell initially came into this industry starting in Uptown Records, bringing Jodeci to Mary J. Blige to Bob MC to Heavy D, Al B. Shore, the list goes on. And the cause of his death is unknown at this time, but this one hits really, really hard. He leaves behind a son, a lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of fans. I know this is a heavy hitting one for Puffy because, as you know, they were thick as thieves. Andre went on to become president of Motown Records, and so our condolences for Andre Harrell and all three of them. I don't know what funeral services are going to look like going forward as we're in this pandemic. I don't know if they're going to be driving through the street or allowing maybe just family members of 10 sit in. I don't think they're doing viewings anymore, but I hope whatever it is, that it's something that is respectful and sends them off in a good way.
All right. Me too.
Absolutely. Well, Michelle Obama's documentary has finally made it to Netflix. It's called Becoming, and I don't know if you guys had a chance to see it, but she is hilarious. It is honest. It is raw. She talks about her daughters living in the White House, about how her fashion made such a big statement, about not having any privacy. But it really, really is raw, and I think you guys would absolutely love it. It's great to see that our presidents are just so real and so open, and I wish they could get back in office. I know they don't want any part of it, but I wish they could. Speaking of the Obamas, they're going to be delivering their virtual commencement speeches, and they're going to be sharing messages of advice and inspiration across multiple platforms for the class of 2020. Obviously,
that's really dope.
Are happening, but it's going down on YouTube on June 6th, and it's going to include people like Lady Gaga, Alicia Keys, Kerry Washington. They're all going to appear, show love and support for all the people of class of 2020, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Comedian and late night talk show host Trevor Noah has paid all the salaries of his furloughed Daily Show crew, which I think is amazing. And because industry-wide production has shut down, he said that he will continue to pay their salaries until production begins to ramp up back again. And his messages is that, quote, these are the people who have been on the show with Trevor from day one and have helped him put on the show. So this is the least that he could do, covering their salaries. I think that is honorable because, he doesn't have to do anything. Now, I don't know if you guys have been listening to some new music, but Drake has his new release, Dark Lane Demo Tapes, a collection of rough drafts about the struggles and success. And he's hinting also in this series of songs about what the next album is going to sound like. So he's considering this to be a spoiler for the proper album. And he announced that it's going to be released this summer. So has anybody heard it? Hyped about it, like it, don't like it, Ron C?
I haven't heard it, actually. Only have heard one cut. That's it.
Okay, got it. It's pretty dope. It's a little bit of a sleeper though. A little too mellow for me. I like my stuff rough, rugged, and raw. But I want to send our prayers to Scarface of the Ghetto Boys. He is now on dialysis. And for those of you who don't know, he's been battling with the coronavirus, says that he was inches away from death. He suffered from kidney failure as a result of complications from COVID-19, and he says he's just thankful to be alive. He had bilateral pneumonia with both lungs and kidney failure, and he's back home from the hospital, and let's hope that it stays that way, that he continues to get stronger. He is a hip-hop legend, and we wish him well, too. A lot going on in the universe right now. So I don't know if you've been watching Carmelo Anthony. He's been in the news a little bit, and he talked about how he hit rock bottom during his NBA exile. He's 35. He was out of action for like almost a year. He's a 10-time All-Star player, and, he was playing 10 games for the Rockets before being released back in like November 2018. And eventually he was traded to the Bulls, and then they waived him, and it's just been tumultuous for him. He said, I don't think anybody will understand what he went through emotionally to get to where he is today. He said, I was talking about doubting myself, and I'm talking about mentally wanting to give up. And people don't understand. They think because you can still suit up, that you're in the NBA and you're making all these millions. This is something you dreamed about since you were a kid. You want to get off the bench, you want to get in the game, and you want to do what you were born to do. And I think for all of us in entertainment, it's the same way. You want to be able to spin on a regular basis. You want to be able to produce content. You want to be able to do radio or dance or whatever it is. And when you can't feed your soul, mental things start to happen. So, he was very open in the New York Post about his depression and stuff, but he's back on his feet now. And let's just hope it continues to go that way for him. And last but not least, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Oh, man.
Les, nope, we're not going to do it today, Les. We're not doing this today. We ain't even talking about him. We're not talking about him, Les.
I'm just going to say this. You can go to YouTube, everybody, to see how he addressed you all when he went live on his Instagram. But if he makes it till the end of this year, I will be surprised. I'll just say that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we are trying to get this dude no juice right now, man.
You got it. And I did say last but not least, but do want to get your opinion on this. Britney Spears is declaring that she wants to have a baby with her new boyfriend, Sam Agshari. And as you know, her father is her conservator. But of course, he's against the idea, and the way her conservatorship is deemed is that she has to get almost permission to get married, and all parties have to agree as well as having a baby. Now, we all know that this is the best thing for her. But do you feel that this conservatorship has too much control over someone's personal life and decisions?
Yes, of course. I mean, come on, man. You can't have you got to ask to have a baby. Really?
What about you, J. Tosh?
I agree with Ron C. It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, the way this is set up is that you can't enter into any contracts unless the court signs off on it. So if she wanted to buy a house, if she wants to get married, she's been very diagnosed as mentally unstable, and I think this is just a safety. But telling someone what they can do with their body is a whole other issue. So I'll keep you posted on what happens, because she could decide to get pregnant tomorrow. She's the one in control of that, and they'll just have to deal with it. But that's it for this week's entertainment news. Again, our condolences to all the friends and family and fans of all the people that we mentioned: Andre Harrell, Royce Siegfried, Little Richard, and we pray for strength for Scarface. And that's it. I'm out.